Hello, 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 and this is the Real Agent P, and I'm coming back at you with another Dragon Ball FighterZ tips and tricks video for Videl. Yes, for those of you that don't know the channel that well, or just new to the channel, whenever I first started recording and uploading on YouTube, before I even did commentary or anything, I had Videl on my team. She was my anchor, and I was running 21 Cooler Videl, and I absolutely loved her. When Janemba came out, and I love Janemba. But when Janemba came out, I had to choose one of them to drop, and I chose this little girl to drop right here. So I do have more experience with her than people might think, not just my DP team that I had out. But we are going to be going over her special attacks, her supers, her assist, her reflect, which has a bit of a trick about it, and then notable normals that she has. Because she has a couple that work a little bit differently than other people, and it will just kind of help you with your gameplay. So starting off, the Vidal Rush. This is her quarter circle forward attack button, and that's the light, that's the medium. I'm going to back way up here, and that's the heavy, because that heavy has some range here. So as you can see, they all have different ranges, they all have different speeds. The light's pretty fast, the medium takes just a tick longer, and the heavy's like super fast. And as you can also see, they all do more damage. Now, that isn't the only thing they do. So I'm just going to do it and mash the light button here, okay? That's doing it, mashing the light button. Now I'm going to mash the light button and end in medium. Okay, does a little flip over kick. And that flip over kick, let's get back to the corner here. As you can see, Majin Buu's got the corner. I can't steal the corner from him, but if I do this, I stole the corner. So that little flip over kick, we're just going to call it the Moonsault Kick for right now, because that'll be coming in later. That Moonsault Kick will steal the corner from your opponent. So you can use that as a cross-up tool if they're blocking. Something else to note about this, I'm going to block that crouch, so he's blocking all. The second hit of this, you see him have to stand up right there. That is an overhead, so they do have to block that standing. So you have a couple mix-up opportunities just in this. So you can, go into your combo, make them block overhead, then make them block cross-up. If they still block the cross-up, vanish, make them block cross-up again. So Videl's got that whole mix-up situation from this move alone. Alright. And then the heavy version does a grab, and Gohan comes out and actually does the Frankensteiner grab, the heavy version of the Frankensteiner grab. Gohan comes out, kicks him away, and then you can, follow up from there. Now, as you did see, if you do the heavy version and just mash it, you will burn 2 bars. So you gotta remember that, okay? So if you're low on bar and you want to do the heavy finisher, don't just mash out the heavy, because you will burn multiple bars. Okay? And this is, basically middle of a combo move, so you're doing your combo. And, you can go into super from there, you can vanish, do another justice combination, all of that other stuff. I do think it works well off of her command normal of forward heavy, which we will be talking about down in the notable normal section, but I do feel like that is probably the best place to put that. So now we're going to be talking about her Frankensteiner, and this is quarter circle back and the attack button. She does this little hop, grabs the opponent, and as you can see, they all have, again, more range for the heavier buttons and all that good stuff. I should also note that these are air okay. Both of these moves are air okay. In the air, the Justice Combination, or the Vidal Rush, I should say, functions a little differently. That's all it does. Just boom, boom. Kick, down. The light version will just kind of do that little, the normal immediate attack knockdown. The medium and heavy versions do cause a sliding knockdown, so if you're going to end your air combo with that, which is what I suggest that move to be used for, do the medium or do the heavy. You're not going to get a whole lot more off the heavy. You're just going to burn a bar. So I really, really suggest if you're going to end the combo in an air justice combination, using that medium. And I didn't mean to call little Gohan out. All right. Back to the Frankensteiner. And it, again, is okay in the air. So you can use them in the air, and it's okay. The light version just kind of grabs him, chucks him down, causes a little bit of slide out, knockdown. Not that big deal. Okay, there's not a whole lot you can get off it. You really can't vanish. You can go right into super off of it, but that's really about it. The medium version causes Gohan to come out, and he dunks him to the ground. Now you have a little bit more of a window here to like vanish and then do whatever you want to do from there. So you do have that little bit of a window with the medium version that you don't have with the light version, and the heavy version calls out Gohan and kind of kicks him away. So with that one, that is actually super dashable. So you can get a little bit of a follow-up combo off of it. And it's really good for those situations where they're blocking, because this is a command grab. So we're going to block these to guard all. So this is a command grab. It will get hit. They will get hit. So if they're just blocking, and you're just not able to open them up, that heavy one's so quick, and you can get a lot of stuff off of it. So that is a really good tool that she has for opening them up, because if they're just going to block all day, just quick command grab into super dash, or there is another little trick you can do with it. So we're going to take them to the corner here. So if you hold either the heavy or the medium button while you're doing it, Gohan doesn't come out. And if they're in the corner, it causes that little bit of a wall bounce. And that's all it does. So if you're in the corner, I would suggest just using the medium, because then you can get some follow-ups to it. Okay? You just get some follow-ups to it. So that's something else that you can do to mix up your opponent. Is, command grab, hold it, let him bounce, do a jump cancel into full combo from there. So it's just another way that she has to mix people up. If you're going to see a theme with that, that is it with her. She is a mix-up character. Now we're going to talk about the Moonsault Kicks. So this is down, down, and one of the attack buttons. So light, medium, and heavy. So, light's really fast, and we're going to take the enemy off block here real quick. So light's really fast, and that leaves him standing. So that's about all you're going to... I mean, you can get stuff off of it, but you have to use assists to get stuff off of it. So if she's solo like she was for me, I never really got much off of it unless I vanished. Okay? But you're not going to be able to, like, do some crazy jump cancel stuff. Now, you are still airborne, so you still have a air action once you flip back. So you can still, like, jump back, super dash, try to bait something out. Air dash to keep your pressure. There's a lot of stuff you can do off the light. You're just not going to get any combo extension with the light. The medium version does cause that little bounce, and the best thing I found for this was, into vanish, because you actually kind of have to land off this one. Like, you don't get the extra air action unless you're really, really quick. Okay, so actually you do get a little bit of extra air action. This is not something I ever worked with. So you do get a little bit of air action, but you can't really do much off of it. I always found that going into vanish, into your justice combination, really is what worked the best as far as everything goes. And then your heavy version, quick and causes a little bounce up, And if you're going to do solo stuff, that's your best bet right there. Using the heavy because it's quick, it's got good range, you know, and you can still do combos and such after it. I'm not doing optimal combos for these, it's just to show that it is possible. So yeah, the Moonsault Kick, and again, this is one that, you know, you can steal the corner with. So again, just going light version, you're in the corner. You know, that's not the most optimal situation to be in. That's why I usually suggest the medium, and then, you know, go from there. So as far as usefulness goes, to check someone, the light one will definitely check a player, and this can jump over some supers. I actually had a match where I was playing against a Janemba, and I did the moonsault right as they were doing the their sword slash super, and it jumped over him and clocked him, and ended up winning me the that character exchange there. So it was really nice. Alright, so the last move I'm going to talk about is the Rising Eagle, and that's quarter circle back and special button. And that is that right there. That, if you notice, it's the last part of her light rekka, so she goes to that. This is her DP. So we're going to set on the info settings, invincibility info on. It's fully invincible. Frame 1, full invincible. You're getting pressured, you can just quarter circle back and just go from there. You know, she is one of the characters that is blessed with a fully invincible move. That is that right there. You know, I mean, it's a DP for all standards. It's not the best DP in the game. And you can't, like, enhance it by using a different flavor button. But you can, you know, DP your way out of situations, which is very, very, very nice. And it's always handy and always useful to have a character that has a DP. Alright, so now we're going to talk about her super moves. And she has 2 level 1s and 2 level 3s. And her first level 1, the one that you're going to see the most, is her Rainbow Storm. And that's quarter circle forward and R1. That's this guy right here. If you're far away, it does 1 hit. If you're close, it does 2 hits. Okay? And, you know, on paper, doesn't look like much. Until you start getting into stuff you can do with it. Because this is one of the few supers that you can combo afterwards. It depends on where you are on the screen, on what you can get off of it, but you can combo afterwards. You are allowed to super dash if you wait you kind of got to cancel the second hit of it to super dash, and if you're in the corner, you can do your down S Gohan call, because when you cancel this first hit, you're in the air. You can do the down S Gohan call, and it'll call him in, and then you can follow up with it after that. So it is a very useful super that you can use mid-combo and still get stuff off of. So it's one of her things that she can use to burn bar like nobody else. It's a very, very useful super, and, you know, it's just, I like it. The fact that you can combo after it really, really helps out. Now, her next level 1 super is Defender of Love and Justice, Great Saiyaman. That is the full title of her actual super, Defender of Love and Justice, Great Saiyaman. And this is quarter circle forward and R2.
You're not giving up? Maximum power!
But it didn't do anything.
You're not giving up? Maximum power!
Well, let's try something here real quick.
You're not giving up?
Oh, look at that! This is a counter move. Now, the first time you do this,
That was really
Gohan will come out, smack him, dance on him. Now, anytime you do this after that,
You're not giving up?
he just comes out, smacks him, boom. Now, something to note is that all of the Gohan moves, which we'll be going over later, are powered up by this move. So as long as he does his little dance thing, we're gonna reset, so that'll reset that. So as long as he does his little dance thing, as long as he does this once in a match, all of your Gohans will be powered up. Anytime Gohan is on the screen, he will do more damage. Whether it's the Ki Blasts, whether it's part of, you know, that counter super, or part of the other level 3 supers that we're going to be getting into now. So her standard level 3 is Justice Rush. This is quarter circle back, and R1 or R2. Doesn't matter for this one. And she does this, comes out, Gohan joins her. They make some hearts and kick the enemy. And this has really good screen presence and really good corner carry. Now, if you are closer to the corner, you saw mid-screen, got them to the corner, but you were still a little out. If you're closer to the corner and you do this, you get some really good Oku, because this has some crazy corner carry, so it will get them all the way to the corner, but let's do it actually in the corner, so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. So if you can get it connected in the corner, we'll specify that. In the corner, you hold up forward, and you hold up forward and heavy, and that is a safe jump. Just tap heavy whenever you're coming down, that's a safe jump. You will have time to be able to block and react if they do any kind of invincible reversals. If they up tech, that's going to catch them. If they back tech, it's going to catch them. As long as they are, if they do anything but block, that's going to catch them. And if they block, then you can continue your pressure and keep your pressure on with her. If they do an invincible reversal, hey, you have time to block and then punish them for that. So she's got some pretty good post level 3 Oki as long as you get her to the corner. That safe jump is just, you know, fantastic. So her next move is the Justice Revenge. And this one I'm going to have to show you a little differently. So we're going to get knocked down. We're just going to hold R2. Gohan comes out, goes Super Saiyan, does a big Kamehameha. Alright, this is kind of like Frieza's level 3, where you just hold the button whenever you're knocked down. And it does it, comes out, and makes everything, you know, go away. So like I said, with the combination of this, both of those moves are enhanced afterwards. So and another little thing I should note is after you do that particular move, Great Saiyaman's little turban or headband or whatever you want to call it is gone. So he will have no headband for the rest of the game. Alright, so those are all of her special moves and super moves. So now we're going to talk about her assists a little bit. So we're going to flip in the real Gohan here for a second. Her assist is actually pretty good. It's basically the light version of her Videl Rush, and leaves him standing. It's not quite as quick as a Bardock, but you know, and I'm not really good with Gohan. So, but you know, in the middle of combos that you can bring back down to the ground, it's pretty quick. It's not super quick, and it's got good range. It does do a little bit of pushback, but it does leave him standing. So that is a little feather in her cap. Is that she actually has a pretty good assist. Like I said, it's kind of on that Bardock feel, but it doesn't have that Bardock speed to it. So if you're wanting that, but you want the speed, I would go with Bardock. But if you really like Videl better than Bardock, I like Videl better than Bardock, then her assist is very, very serviceable. Now we're going to talk about her Ki Blast. I kind of mentioned them a little bit already. Whenever she does her Ki Blast, she actually calls out the Great Saiyaman. So this is just her standing 5S. Her air 5S kind of angles down a little bit. So if you're on the ground and you hold down S, he'll come out and he'll chuck this little slow ball. It's not quick, but you can, do that. You can, as soon as you call him and you see her arm moves, he's coming out. And you can do, cross-up combo, stuff like that. This is a nice little deterrent from full screen. So on and so forth. So it does have its uses, and then in the air, if you hold down and S, he'll come in overhead. And we're just gonna set the enemy to block here real quick. Enemy settings. Now the sad thing is this isn't a true overhead. I really do wish it was an overhead. Could break her a little bit, honestly, if it was a true overhead. But it's not, so, the fact that you can still do this and pressure, call, the fact that she can call, vanish, and have pressure from multiple angles just really helps her game out a lot. And like I said, whenever you're doing her level 1 in the corner, you can cancel that into the down to extend her combos. So all of her Gohan calls do have uses. Now you can't just like spam this, because as long as Gohan's on the screen, you're just gonna keep doing nothing and leaving yourself open because you still have that recovery animation. So you kind of got to know the timing of like when Gohan leaves the screen on how quickly you can call him again. You're definitely not going to be able to spam this just because it's built to where you cannot spam it. Alright, now some of her notable normals that she has a really good 2M. Like, it's a very good 2M. It's got a lot of range to it. She low profiles. It's just really good. She is in the same club with Cell on she can chain her standing medium by holding back while she's hitting it. So you can do 2 standing mediums in a row in your combos. And just kind of go from there. Now this other one that you've seen me talk about and kind of do a couple times is called the Justice Combination. This is just forward heavy. It does all 3 of these hits. And this is really important because you can cancel that 3rd hit into her Videl Rush and keep going with her combos. So a typical combo could look like this. So something like that. Or you can instead of doing the moonsault, you can do all of those and then vanish and go back into this, into super, and so on and so forth. So she's got some slightly open combo routes to her. Optimal stuff is always optimal stuff, and it's always going to be optimal stuff. But if you're having trouble opening someone up, then doing that Justice Combination, because that no, that's low. Never mind. I was gonna say I think that one of those is a low, but it's not. Okay. So just using those ends of the Rekka after the Justice Combination, and the fact that it just flows so nicely into it. And it's an easy, as you can see, it's an easy vanish confirm. You just delay just a minute after you do that last, after the vanish, after that wall bounce. You just delay for just a half a second, and then go back into your Justice Combination, and it'll move you forward enough to catch them coming down, and then you can just continue your combo from there. Alright, and the other thing that I do need to note on her normals is that her jumping 2H, a lot of your jumping 2Hs in the air, they'll stop your momentum, they'll freeze you in the air. Hers, she keeps falling. So there's some really interesting stuff that you can be able to do with them. I say you because I am not good enough to execute those particular moves. But in combos, there are certain loops that I have seen where you can use her down heavy like right off the ground to kick him back up and then re-jump. Like I said, I'm just not good enough to execute those. I'm sure you can find plenty of combo videos on those to help you out with that if that is your jam. All right, so now we're going to talk about some pros and cons about her. Pros, you know, I make this meme every time, but she does have a low hitting 2L. You know, her damage is pretty good. I would put it above average as far as solo damage goes. With assists, you know, you can get even better and even better and even better. And as long as you can dump bar with her, you can just get some crazy damage. The best thing about her, I would say, is her mix-ups. The fact that she can, you know, she's got that corner stealing left-right mix-up. She can go into command grabs to make you have to worry about high-low throw. She can confirm off of a lot of her stuff that doesn't necessarily look like it should be able to be confirmed off of, if that makes sense. You know, her Rekka has that built-in overhead. You follow up very easily with Justice combination, and go from there. So, you know, a lot of her pros is that she is, you know, a very good mix-up machine. The fact that she is a shorter character, so we're going to snap in Kid Buu here. Oops, didn't mean to snap in. So she is a shorter character, so she's not much bigger than Kid Buu here. So she is on the smaller side, and that helps out because, you know, she can't get fuzzied. She is not susceptible to fuzzies except for like Piccolo, and Piccolo can fuzzy everybody. But she doesn't get fuzzies. So if you want that low hitting 2L, you want to be able to not be fuzzy, you want somebody that's good at mix-up, hey, Videl's probably your best bet here. Now cons is that for her assist, Bardock exists. You know, if you want her assist, which is basically that, you know, Bardock does her assist and does it better. There are people that have better mix-ups in the cast than she does. And the fact that you can't just, like, her zoning game is almost non-existent. Just from the fact that there's not a whole lot she can do. You know, super dashes do blow through Gohan. So, like, keeping people out is just not her forte. So she will lose in a zoning match. So she's not a good zoner at all. So I mean, I would say that is her biggest detriment, is that she just has no zoning to her whatsoever. She is purely a rush down mix up character. So she likes to be in your face, she likes to be right here, and she likes to mix you up. Oh, we didn't talk about her reflect. So something neat about her is her reflect. That little spot dodge. So instead of, you know, like a typical character who will, you know, pop you back like that, her reflect actually spot dodges. So this can be useful for a lot of things. It's really good sparking bait. So you can, a lot of times you know you cannot reflect a key or spark. You cannot reflect that. You come in, you either have to block it or take it. If you try to reflect it, it's not going to work. But if you run up on them and you know that they're going to spark, then you can just pop, and that actually gets you off the screen. So no matter what you do, whenever you are in that little back dodge animation, you are considered off the screen for all intents and purposes. So, you know, attacks will go right through you. So you can dodge some stuff point blank that has some recovery to it that you can just dodge and then go right into your stuff. And It is a little tricky. You do have to play around with it. You do have to get used to it. One of the most fun things that I did with her whenever I did play her is if I knew a Bardock player was going to do the light lariat, I would just boop, and then he'd end up behind me, and you know, that will throw people off if they're not expecting to be on one side of you, and you just boop. Yeah. But anyway. As far as an overall character goes, I think she is a very nice character. Her zoning leaves a lot to be desired. So, I mean, anything aside from here is really just out of range for her. You know, she does have really good mix-ups. She does have really good pressure. She can keep on you. She can rush you down. But I think her biggest detriment is that there are characters in this game that just do it better than she does. I love her. She's fun to play. The fact that she's got, you know, a good Rekka with built-in mix-ups. She's got a nice far, quick reaching normal. Her 2M, I'm sorry, is actually a very good 2M. Can reach from round 1 start position. You know, she has a command grab. She's got a DP. You know, she's got a lot of tools to her, and you know, she's got this nice little side switching move that can steal the corner. So, you know, if you're in need of that, it just works. She does have a lot of tools. I just think that she doesn't do those jobs as well as other people do. But if you want to give her a shot, hey, I highly suggest it. She is fun. Her combo structure is pretty easy to get a hold of. It's not crazy like, you know, Janimba or Cooler. You don't have to really work too hard to figure out her combos. The only thing that I would say is that with her round combos, instead of going like 2M, medium, medium, and then doing jump cancel, you'll want to go like medium, medium, 2. You want to go like medium, medium, 2M into Justice combination. That will get you a little bit more damage, and if you're looking for corner carry, hey, we were mid-screen, and Kid Boo's in the corner just from that. So she can move you around the screen. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. If there's anything I missed, you know, leave it down in the comments below. Let's get a discussion going. Like I said, the combos in this video are not optimal by any means. I'm not a combo monster. So if you guys have good combo videos, yeah, drop them down in the comments so people can know, so people can learn. But if you did like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell for notifications, and thank you very much for watching. But most importantly, have a great day.